morning, everybody. How are you? I just woke up and Booker's here next to me. Hi, Booker. You want to come up and say hi? There she is. There's the girl. There's my big baby. So, how are you guys doing today? I am just sitting here waking up and just trying to catch up to all the Chantal content. Now, I have been on the road for the last couple of days and I just recently arrived here in New Mexico. And I thought that there would be a lot more to catch up on with Foodie. But from what I've seen on Twitter and YouTube, there really isn't much to report. Now, if this was back in the crackhead Olympic days, there'd be a lot more to talk about. And I'd be a lot more worried because I remember Chantal streaming for easily 8 to 10 hours a day. And I've been gone for 2 days. And after 2 days, there's not much to say. But I wanted to catch up on the stuff that's already out there and give my thoughts. And I hope you guys enjoy. And if you do, please like and subscribe and leave a comment because I do like hearing from all of you. Okay, so why don't we just get into it? I've got all the Twitter stuff pulled up. And let's see, we'll start here with the Twitter stuff and move into her live. And we'll skip ahead if we need to. I'm not above skipping. Really, I'm not. And my computer's acting the fool right now. Sorry about that. Okay. So for those of you that are on Twitter and you would like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wow Girl Sarah. Let's start here with a post from Truth Seekers saying, did anyone catch when she got on the scale? She kind of dropped her right leg off and didn't fully put both her legs on the scale. She didn't use that scale properly. The first clip shows how to use that scale. Well, it wouldn't surprise me if Chantal did that. You know, she's always looking for little ways to not show her full weight. So would it surprise me if she left one leg off or leaned to the side? No, not really. But let's watch the clip regardless.
Okay, let's try this. Whoa.
And see, the thing is, you can't really trust when Foodie gets on a scale because you can't see her feet. You don't know how she's standing. You don't know if she's got 1 foot off the scale or she's leaning to the side or whatever. She doesn't want to show people her true weight. So using the street scale as a sort of determiner of how much she weighs, you can't do that. The only way that I will believe Foodie's true weight is if she went to a hospital, got on a medical scale that can take all of her weight. I would say a scale up to 600 pounds. And you filmed her from far away and you saw her standing on the scale and there's no possible way she can mess around with it. So yeah, she tried to fool around with the scale. I don't see her feet. Therefore, I don't believe that number. Okay. Also, last night before I went to bed, I posted this react to Melissa Gold. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Kelly says, Foodie thinks girl world is stupid. We can tell you're flying high, Chinge. You can barely even speak. I can't believe she does the things she does while wearing a hijab. She has no shame. So this clip is from the live I'm about to cover, the morning one. Let's see what she has to say.
Oh, my eyes are stinging as if somebody's cutting onions somewhere. Maybe my allergies.
You know, Chantal, the allergies thing, that might work if you went outside more, but you don't go outside. You're inside the room all day. And the only time you leave your room is to go downstairs to get your food and then come back upstairs. So where exactly do you go that your allergies would be activated? Where would they go? You're not around any kind of wildlife or plant life or anything. So how would your allergies be activated if you're outside for so short amount of time?
Yeah, I got something in my eye. I don't know.
You know, Chantal, on behalf of Girl World, I'm just speaking as part of a group, not speaking for the entire group, because everybody can certainly use their voice and tell you whatever it is they want. As part of Girl World, may I make a request that to hold off on the edibles before you do your lives, or don't do your edibles during the lives, because when you do the edibles, mama, you're boring without the edibles, but when you get on the edibles, your head just gets so fuzzy you can't even speak. This is reminding me so much of Crackhead Olympics when she would do 1,000 milligrams, 2,000 milligrams, sometimes even 3,000 milligrams of edibles. And she would be so greened out, she couldn't even speak. Sometimes she would even nod out during the lives. I mean, this is bad. She's in Thailand. There's plenty to do, but she doesn't want to do it. So she sits inside of her hotel room and eats and does the green, possibly smoking a lot of cigarettes. And that's why her voice sounds the way it does. Like she's got nothing to do and she's bored. And yet she won't go out and get content. I don't know how long she's got left in Thailand, but even with just the amount of time she's got left, she could go out and film weeks and weeks worth of content and post it and be stacked up on content to do and post on YouTube. But she just doesn't want to go out. Part of that may be due to her mobility and her breathing and not having anybody there in case something happens to her. Another part could be her weight. She's happy to gain weight on YouTube, but she's not happy about people in the real world seeing her outside. So get out and do something, Foodie, because your content anymore is so boring that I'm on Twitter. I can barely find anything about you. And that's bad. When you do a live that lasts for like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and you could barely find any clips, what that tells me is that the live was extremely boring. I'm just saying, though, you're in Thailand, might as well make the most of it. Indy says, I can't even understand what Foodie Beauty is saying anymore. And she looks bloated AF. Holy heck, this is not going to end well. But hey, we've been trying to tell her beezers in YouTube for years by now. Oh well, hope the money is worth it, I guess. Dell on Earth says, Chantal was so high tonight, it's unreal. Tell us more about your pious husband, who definitely prays in the right direction, though, girl. Let's watch the clip.
But cheesecake fun. The chocolate Godiva cheesecake. Oh my gosh, was so good.
She is so high. Look at her. She's so high. That's not tired. That is not allergies, because even with allergies, you're still going to sound normal. You may have the watery eyes, the itchy eyes. You may have the nose thing, but that's her being high. I recognize that from Crackhead Olympics.
Okay, anyways.
Speak up.
Yeah. Have a good night, everyone. We're in different time zones, so anyway.
And she's got a cotton mouth. She's got cotton mouth. That happens with her chemicals as well.
Good night, guys. Bye.
Yeah, look at her. She's like, I'm feeling no pain. I'm feeling no pain. Yeah, we know. Chantal, stay away from the Indica. There's sativa. There's Indica. Stay away from the Indica. The way to remember Indica is it's basically short for in the couch, meaning it sedates the crap out of you. Go more for the sativa if you're going to do it. Foop Olympics says, all right, let's go look at the streets of Bangkok, says Chantal, followed by hacking, wet coughs as she approaches two women who pulled her child closer and looked at her around her in disgust. I'm sure they're all thrilled to have you there, cutie. Let's watch the clip.
It's friggin' hot out. All right, let's go look at the streets of Bangkok.
Lord have mercy. Why can't she get one of those gimbal things or the selfie sticks to where she's got the phone on the selfie stick to where it doesn't go back and forth? You're making me seasick, Chantal. Ooh, they gave her the stare of death. They probably didn't know what to make of her. So they went into protection mode. It's a kid here. You're not going to touch our kid. You're not going to make him sick. Get out of here. Queen Jellybean says, dang, Foodie, you have the hijab in the wrong place. Your head is balding up at that beard. You know, I remember back during Crackhead Olympics that Chantal had this thing that she would use to shave her face. I'm not quite sure if that is a natural thing with her. I do know that she had hysterectomy and she was supposed to be on the HRTs, hormone replacement therapy. I don't know if that would affect hair growth, but it looks like it's gotten a bit worse. You might want to look into hormone replacement therapy now, Foodie. You really should. Miss Anthropope Lulu says, we'll never be forthright about her actual weight ever. So here's a little perspective talk on it. Dolly Dimples at 4'11" and 555 pounds was the fat lady during the time of freak shows. Very interesting story how she lost 400 pounds and turned her life around. Let's look at the pictures. So that's Dolly Dimples when freak shows were a thing. Oh, excuse me. Pardon me. Here's Dolly. Dolly Dimple was considered the world's prettiest fat lady because of her flawless skin. Her weight topped 555 pounds until she had a health scare and lost 433 pounds in 1 year. Wow. Wow, Dolly, you did that? Dang, that is incredible. That is incredible. Good for you, Dolly. Billing herself as Dolly Dimples, sometimes Jolly Dolly, and the world's most beautiful fat lady, the 4'11" woman swelled up to 555 pounds. And to put it in perspective, Chantal is 5 feet tall. So Dolly and Chantal were about the same height, like 1 inch difference between them. Over the next few years, thanks to a strict regimen of high-calorie foods, in the 1930s, she began working for the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus, her professional home for the remainder of her career. It all ended with a major heart attack in 1950. Scared for her life, Dolly lost 443 pounds in 1 year, 2 months, by limiting herself to baby food, thus meriting an entry in the Guinness Book of World Records for fastest weight loss ever for a woman. Well, I wouldn't recommend using baby food as food. I don't know how safe that would be, but still, she lost the weight. For fastest weight loss ever for a woman. Out of a job? Nope. She wrote a diet book and lived another 3 decades to extol the virtues of moderate eating. Today is the birthday of Dolly Dimples, Celestia Herman. She was born in 1901 and she died in 1982. One of the most famous of all sideshow fat ladies. Originally from Cincinnati, Dolly weighed 150 pounds in the 6th grade, 300 pounds when she left high school, over 400 pounds a year after that. Her career began in 1927 when she visited the Happy Land Carnival in Michigan, and it was noticed that she weighed 50 pounds more than the fat lady they were employing. Her husband had recently been laid off from his job, so when the sideshow offered Celestia a position, she took it. Well, that's some really interesting information about Dolly. I think it's fabulous that unfortunately she had a scare, but she responded to the scare by taking care of herself, and she lived for a long, long time. So good for you, Dolly. All right, going on to Loretta H. Foodie Beauty, can you or can anyone make it make sense, please? Setting their highest balls in a hijab, which means you can either buy green with it on or you take it off to do it, but then you obsess over making sure all of your skin is covered. You are a laughing stock. Let's watch the clip.
Ew. Cheesy balls are the best balls. That's what they're called. They're called little balls. Thank you, Joanna. Well, what I could do, I guess, also is just wrap it around my body and not my head. Just for now. I don't know. God, it's so dumb. I wanted to just like cover me, but there we go. I was definitely wheezing.
You know, she will never learn that running from a problem and is trying to escape a problem or cover up a problem does not make the problem go away. If the problem is the weight, there's only one way to deal with it to where it won't be a problem. And that's take care of yourself. Take care of your health. You know, do a calorie deficit. You'll start dropping the pounds like crazy, Chantal. Using a hijab, using an abaya, using scarves to cover up your weight gain, it's not going to make the problem go away. And because the problem hasn't gone away, when you get out in public amongst people, you feel embarrassed. You don't want anybody to see you. But the weight also gives other problems, like the fact that you got very bad breathing and very bad mobility, and you get sick easily. So dealing with a problem is far better than just trying to run from it and escape it and hide it and disguise it and cover it up.
What? Who's beezing? I need 3 scarves to be fully covered, that's why. It is almost 9 p.m. here.
Chantal. Don't fence me in. One says, screen grabs from today's support group meeting. Look at all the food smudges on the right side of her hijab. How does the food even get there? Chantal is a giant blank circling the drain. So let's look at the screen grabs. So the smudges are over here near the cheek area. How does she get the stains there? I don't know. There's only one explanation. She's sloppy. She's dirty. She doesn't care to keep her hijab clean. And the hijab she's wearing, it needs to be thrown away. She needs to buy a new one because it's all pilled out. It looks terrible. Perfectly Imperfect says somebody sent Foodie $100 super chat, and suddenly Salah appears in the chat. Let's watch.
Just woke up and entered the chat and saw this red super chat. You woke up at a good time. Good morning, babe. Just woke up and entered the chat and saw this.
Yep, there's rumors around that it's Salah that's sending the super chats. Or it could be one of her feeders. There could be a feedie in the chat that is sending the super chats to encourage her to seal, to lay down, don't go anywhere. When people get in the chat and say, you should go out, you should do things, the feedie's like, nope, let me just give her some money and she'll just get that idea right out of her head.
Red super chat. You woke up at a good time.
But you know what, Chantal? Whoever is sending you the $100 super chats, whether it's Salah doing it, whether it's your feedie doing it, so somebody's sending you a $100 super chat. Here's where it's not so profitable. Okay, let's just break that $100 super chat down. All right, so somebody sends a $100 super chat. YouTube takes 30% of whatever you make. 30. So out of that $100, you've got 70 left, maybe. And then you got to figure in she's Canadian. And since they have taxes on everything, if you are international, even more money is taken out. So she's really not making as much on that super chat as she would hope to make. But even worse, you got to stop and think about how it's affecting her channel overall. The lack of great content, her wanting to steal all the time and not keeping things interesting for people. When you stop and think about all the people that are leaving her channel, the people that are dropping off with their memberships, or the ones who are considering a membership, but they're like, nah, kind of too boring. I'm not paying $5 for this. So you're getting $70. But how much money is she losing by keeping things so boring? Like a lot. Like just one little super chat is not going to make up for the loss going on in the background. So if it's Salah, if it's the Fraudy, it's not going to make up for the fact that her channel is hemorrhaging profit just because of the lack of activity. Okay, so Autumn Fairy says the Beezers are tired of your crap. She may think the constant digs at her are funny, but they're not. Straighten up, poo boy. You're going to run off the newest group of Beezers like you did the last group. Better yet, just end this scam and get lost. I wish he would. I wish he would get lost. What is he bringing to Chantal's channel? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. He's not making her content interesting. And she and he don't get along. Obviously, they don't. If she went to Thailand by herself, and he's more than happy to keep her there. Let's look at the screenshots for a minute. See, look at the top comment. He's talking to somebody and saying, I can order snacks and eat them by myself in peace, finally, but temporary, unfortunately. That's a dig at her. He's saying she eats all the snacks. He's throwing shade in the chat at her. Basically saying she's eating all the doggone food. Simply Krista says, Chantal, I don't mean any offense, but are you okay? I know he's just joking around, but I feel like some of his comments are kind of hurtful lately. Yeah, you think? It's amazing how when she goes to Thailand and she's not there physically, that spite comes out of him. Oh, it's coming out, but I'm here for it. Wrinkled Wiener says, please say something nice to her, to Salah. Salah says, yes, but in a good way. I think you're wise too. Then he says to Wrinkled, stay out of it and don't share private links anymore. What private links? What happened here? Somebody else in the chat, a Beezer, says, what links is Wrinkly sharing? The Discord for your Beezers? Suppy says, Salah, I believe Chantal said the Discord was fine and sharing was okay. Salah says, Swag Daddy, it's not her Discord, and until she decides about it, then it'll be fine. Excuse me, Salah. Excuse me. Whose channel is it? I believe the name on the channel is Foodie Beauty. It is not Sultan Salah. It's Foodie Beauty. You're getting awfully bossy for being a mod and having a blue wrench. You're acting like you're the content creator and the owner, and you're not. And the worst part is Chantal's not checking you. She should be checking you and telling you to know your place, that you're a mod and you're also a paid-for actor pretending to be her husband. But you're not the content creator. You're not the one in front of the camera, and you need to sit your butt down and stop talking so loud. Swag Daddy says, so what if he were to wrongly block Wrinkly over the Discord link? You never minded that was shared. So the Beezers are not happy with Salah. He's getting bossy. He's getting sassy. He's being insulting to Chantal. They're not liking it. Truth Seekers says, we're not high. She's very high. She can't even talk, slurring her words and barely functioning. Let's look.
You know? Wow, okay. Now how do we put it back? Shit. Oh, here we go. Sister, this way. Woo!
Chantal, I gotta ask, how many milligrams of edibles did you take before the start of the stream? I know it wasn't a low dose. Was it an entire bag? Was it 2 bags? You know, going by your past habits, ma'am, seeing as I watched you for 8 to 10 hours a day, every day for about a year during Crackhead Olympics, knowing your bad habit of chasing up your tolerance. Are you up to 2 bags now? Maybe 3? Because this is not 15 milligrams of edibles. This is not even 30. This is at least 200, 300, maybe more. How many did you take? How many?
I don't think I'm gonna use it. It's just for memories. Wait. Yeah, because I messed up the charms on it. Oh, there we go.
And I got another question. Beezers, how much more of this are you guys going to put up with? I mean, for real. Like, what is your breaking point? What is it? What's the breaking point? What's it going to take for you guys to get so bored and so tired of this nonsense that you guys walk away? What does she have to do? What does she have to say? I'm interested to know. Because this is nonsense. Every other channel on YouTube is much more interesting than her. She's so relying on the name Foodie Beauty. She's relying on her past glory and how people used to watch her content all the time. She's gotten lazy. She doesn't care about YouTube. She doesn't care about her own audience. She cares about getting on camera and making enough money where she can get her green stuff. She can buy her food. She can attract the feedy people. They pay her money offline and buy her meals. She is a food addict, using YouTube as a way to fund all of her addictions. All of you over there, you need to wake up to that you are looking at a food addict who's also got other addictions. And basically for her, that's what YouTube is for, to keep them all going. She's not interested in breaking any of her addictions. Every single thing that's wrong with her, every ailment, every addiction, she's not interested in solving them. She's interested in giving all of the hurt, all of the suffering, a job. Treating every single thing like employees that they clock in and clock out. Making her money. Yep.
I don't know. Maybe I'll write in it.
You know what? I really wish that if she had to do the edibles that she would wait till after her lives were over. Can she not wait an hour or 2 hours to take those doggone things? Does she have to do it before the live stream?
None. Yeah, because you know what is not part of the conjuring?
She is gone. She's gone. Lord. And she's going to be there for how long? Another 4 to 6 weeks? I can't even with her. Freya's cat says, okay, I feel like I'm pretty used to Foodie Beauty. Excuse me, pardon me. But digging cheese out with her hands and eating fried chicken skin while just sitting around all day, that was bad. That's Chantal. Somebody must have paid for her meal. She was making them happy. Which a machine says, Foodie Beauty, any time of the day or night, I can hug the handsomest man. More proof he doesn't work. Yeah, because if he's there all the time to hug, that means he's not working. Otherwise, he'd be at work on his schedule and you got to wait till he gets home to hug him. Fat Cow says, Dear Foodie Beauty, there have been documented romance scams where the man has gone to the country he wanted to be in, married and had children with his mark, and left. The very day he got his citizenship green card, quite a few of them actually, so don't be so complacent. Let's watch the clip.
He's long haul.
Okay, so below the video is the comment from Ava saying, I feel like your husband is a long haul romance scammer. You know what? Girl World has been saying that for ages, ever since this whole thing began. We called it. Girl World called it. That Salah was in for the long con. He was there for the long haul to get as much out of this as possible. I don't know exactly what Chantal promised him. I don't know what the agreement was, but he was there for the long haul. And I feel like he's gotten as much out of Chantal as he's going to get, and that's why he's going to cut her loose. I mean, she got him the gaming computer, which is not cheap. She got him the iPhone, which is not cheap. Various other little not so expensive gifts. And the last thing was the car. Where do you go after a car? She doesn't have that kind of money to buy him a house. So it was like he's gotten all that he can got out of her. She can't give up anymore. But you're right, Ava. He is doing the long con on Chantal and has been for a while.
Romance scamming me. What if I'm romance scamming him? What if, oh well, he's using me, but I'm using him. Who cares?
You know what? That is a fair argument, Chantal. That is. It is a fair argument because I think you're right. I think you and Salah are using each other for different reasons. I feel you wanted to know what it would be like to be married to somebody. You had this fantasy in your head of, I want to know what it's like to be in a relationship. And you had your aesthetics of the man of your dreams, what he would look like. And you found Salah and you guys started talking. And I'm sure he checked out your channel and how much money you're making. And he thought he hit a gold mine. But I think you guys are with each other for different reasons. You're there for the fantasy. He's there for the money. You have the money, so he's willing to put up with you. So I think you guys are scamming each other and lying to each other and keeping secrets from each other. But it's all breaking down if it hasn't broken down already.
Isn't all romance a scam?
No, it's not. Not all romance is a scam. When two people really like each other, they really want to be around each other, and they're around each other for free, Chantal. You don't have to pay $9,000 plus to be around a man. If they're around you for free, that means they like you. Not all romance is a scam. See, you said long ago, all he has to do is fake love me, and I'll give him the world. I'll give him anything he wants. So you set the bar. You said to the whole world, you don't have to give me real love. I am willing to take fake love. I am willing to take a performance. I'm okay with that. So that opened up the door to anybody who wanted to play the part, including Salah. And there's that duper's delight smile on her face. Girl, you're not the smart cookie you think you are. I'd be stopping that smiling if I was you. But she said she was okay with fake love. That's exactly what she got. That's what she got with Natter. She approaches a man and says, fake love me, put on a performance, be part of my YouTube content, and we're cool. But then she changes the contract, or she tries to. She thinks that by paying for a man, that the money will seduce him entirely. That hasn't happened yet. She did not learn her lesson with Nader, and she's repeating the same mistake with Salah. So I guess you get what you get out of that, Chantal?
Ava, shut up and sit down. Yeah. It's funny how Ava thinks that I would use him to make, that would be what I would be using him for. It's all just for tax purposes. Yeah. I'm only kidding. No one's using each other. Okay. Hello. It'd have to
Sure.
be very.
Well, maybe let's take it a step further. Maybe no one is using the other. Maybe there's an agreement. Everybody knows about it. And as long as everybody's happy, the deal continues. But if there's a breakdown because it was supposed to be a deal for profit and there is no profit, that's when those who are involved in the deal are going to take a second look at it and go, why am I doing this again? Why am I putting up with all this aggravation? Why am I putting up with this 500+ pound burden who whines and cries and wants food all the time? Yeah, so I think Chantal, while she's been in Thailand, there have been some talks had behind her back. Those talks started even before she left. And those who are involved in this business deal are saying, it's time to cut this off. It's not serving our purpose anymore, and it's time to go. If you're involved in a business and you're not making money in the business, it doesn't make sense to continue.
Long haul. Very, very, very long haul. Oh, well. At some point, if the long haul is for life, is it really a scam? Like, come on.
You know, I think there have been many fights, many arguments between Salah and Chantal. He's tried to motivate her, get her on her feet, be more aggressive about doing content. And the more he pushes at her, the more she pushes back and insists on not doing content. But I think when they have those fights and those arguments, to buy herself more time, Chantal has pleaded and cried and whined, I'm going to change. I'm going to do better. I'm going to eat healthy. You know, she'll do whatever it is she needs to do to get that extension time, just to keep him around, just to keep this thing going. But I think Chantal, he's tired of the empty promises. He's tired of it. He's tired of the lack of results. He's tired of the lack of money. The juice is not worth the squeeze. Like, you can't just lie and get another extension. He's out of extensions. So that's a great clip from Fat Cow Chronicles. Thank you, Fat Cow. Perfectly Imperfect says this woman, Foodie Beauty, is on YouTube giving nutrition and diet advice. Do not, I repeat, do not, under any circumstances, take any advice from this woman. No, and I agree. She is not healthy. She's very, very sick. She does not know what she's talking about, how to get healthy. If you're looking towards someone who is giving health advice, look first at how interested in their own health they are. Are they taking care of themselves? Are they on the ball? They don't have to be an Olympic athlete, but are they truly taking care of their health? If they're not, don't look towards them. Don't. She's not interested in her health. She's interested in giving up her health and making herself sick, so she has one more thing to complain about and whine about and turn into YouTube content. All right, so Bex Sassy Bear says, number one, she has the cat brush, which means Julia has not and will not be groomed, or at least brushed, while she's in Thailand. Well, Salah is supposed to be in Kuwait. He can go out and get another cat brush, but it's really interesting that she brought the cat brush with her. Why not just leave it there for the cat? I mean, make it make sense. Hairbrushes are not that expensive. Okay, so is that it? Are we caught up? Oh, I love this from Darth Mandalore. Protect them all. Yes. Yes, protect them all. Doggone it. I hate when that happens. Sorry. Sorry about that. Okay. We're all caught up with the Twitter stuff. Let's move on to the live. And like I said, if it gets boring, if she's too flying in the clouds, we'll just skip ahead. It's an hour and 37 seconds. I hope that she was somewhat talkable during the first part. If she starts to slur too much, we'll get out. Let's go.
What's this? And ta-da! My morning joy. Woke up. Freaking right.
For the record, when she shakes her coffee cup, I hate that. She's constantly shaking it. I hate that so much. Makes me feel punchy.
I need to wash my face. Good morning from the UK. Hello. Hi, Rob Zombie, In Love, Libby. Who did I miss? Dolly, Wrinkled, Brittany. I haven't gotten the chance to see many of your live streams. Yeah, I mean, it just depends on the timing, you know? It's kind of a pain, I get it. Okay. Let me just see. Here. All right, let's enjoy the morning coffee. Oh my gosh. And shoot the shit. Ted, you're watching The Conjuring? Hi, Jackie, Connie. Cheese pizza. Yum.
You know, I'm not trying to pick on her or anything, but that, the headband, I don't know what you call it, but the thing that goes around her head, it looks way too tight. Looks way too tight. You know, I used to wear wigs, you know, just because you can find some really pretty wigs out there and they're not expensive. But I used to wear wigs on my channel. Everybody remembers. I had one that everybody thought was my real hair. And why am I bringing this up? Because when I wore my wig, if it was even a little bit too tight, like around here, it would give me a massive headache. And if that headpiece is too tight all around her face, it's got to hurt. It's got to hurt.
I'm going to have my morning mocha.
On top of that, you give out your body heat through your feet and your head. So she complains all the time about being overheated. That may be one of the reasons why. You know, like holding in the body heat with the head wrap.
Okay. Oh, yes. And I have a water. So, did I have fun yesterday? Yes, I did. Took your melatonin? Yeah, it's so good. You're having your midnight Chinese. Can't believe 11 hours difference. It's such a huge difference. I have not had anything pumpkin spice yet. I don't see any here. Oh, happy birthday to your husband, Jackie. Hi, Monica, Athena. It's not whipped, it's like foam. Teardrop. Hello.
Ooh, so we're starting off the chat with a comment that I'm curious about. Monica says, where will you go if you're not allowed back in Kuwait? Well, there's only one place you can go. You got to go back to Canada. I mean, really, she should be on her way there right now. You know, if there is a business deal between her and Salah, and if other people are involved, and she's becoming more and more of a problem, if I were them, what I would do is just yank the lease on the apartment. and just tell her, look, there's no home to come home to. So let me just go ahead and buy you a plane ticket and get you back to Canada when your time is up there. Because if she's going back to Kuwait strictly for the apartment, if there is no apartment, then she's stuck. So just give her a plane ticket, tell her to go back to Canada and make the most of it. Or tell her that there is no apartment when there is. Just let her know, hey, you've got no home here anymore. This should have been done a long time ago. But if Salah wants to get rid of her, that'd be a way to get it done.
What, Monica? What the heck? Hey, Brooke. I was sleeping there at night. Lonely, but...
Stop shaking the coffee.
Hello, Millie. I know, yum. Jamie Cake? Can you call him Jamie Cake? Exactly mine. Oh, yeah. I woke up and I'm like, oh, I need coffee. And that's when you know you're getting up there in age. When you officially need coffee to survive.
Yeah, funny combination you got going on there, Chantal. So you're drinking the coffee for energy, and then you take the green stuff on top of it to where you're incoherent. So what is the point in the coffee? Coffee is supposed to make you feel alert. But if you're piling 200, 300 milligrams of green on top of that, coffee can't do much.
That's the cue. Hey, Fina from Melbourne. Afternoon coffee. Yeah, it's like 12:30. Hey, tattoo chick. When are you leaving? Pitch? Not actually soonish. So I'm like, do I need to, nice duck puppet. You look forward to coffee all the time? How many coffees do you drink and what do you take in your coffee? Okay, good night, Tattoo. Thanks for coming and saying hi. How much of the kick is from coffee as opposed to corn syrup? There's no corn syrup in here. It's chocolate syrup. And it's a mix, yeah. Just black coffee? No. No, thanks. 6:30 in the UK? In the morning? Coffee makes you sleepy. Do you get it with sugar-free sweetener? No. I gotta start, though. I want to make a coffee corner in my house so that, it gives me something to, so that I'm not always having to buy coffee out. And I can look forward to making my own coffee.
Chantal, you did that before. When you were back in Kuwait, you had all kinds of stuff for coffee. You just prefer to get coffee already made. There's just something in your brain that you have to be what you consider better than everybody. All of you peasants make your coffee. I have mine made for me. You're the stupid one paying money for coffee when you can make it at home. Even the fancy drinks like Starbucks drinks, anybody can go on YouTube, whatever drink you like at Starbucks. There are recipes on YouTube where you can make the drinks at home. You just got to get the coffee and the syrups and make it yourself, and it's right there, and you're saving so much money not going to Starbucks and getting it. For the price of one cup of coffee, you can buy all the stuff you need for several cups of coffee. But she just likes knowing that she can go out and spend money and flaunt it in people's faces. Yet we're looking at you and you're stupid. Spending money on pre-made coffee like that is stupid in your case. Because you can't even say, well, I had to go to work and I need a cup of coffee, and you can't even make a cup of coffee for myself. Now, you got time, girl. You got time.
Is it instant coffee or percolated, Teardrop? Sorry, guys. I know, my blood sugar. Dolly. It is hard, isn't it? Being apart. Been gone since the 26th. I honestly really miss my cat.
No, you don't.
I really, really, really do.
No, you don't.
Keurig. Okay, nice. I need to get a coffee machine. Hello, Buttercup. Coconut coffee creamer. Yeah, that sounds really good. Do you miss Julia more than Salah? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
No, because like whenever we FaceTimed yesterday, she was on his chair. You know, his chair where I usually sit all the time. It's covered in cat hair. Like that kind of maintenance I need to do. Like I feel bad. Like I want to go home and just like cuddle my poor cat. And anyways, he was filming her and she looked so pitiful. She looked pitiful. She misses me and I feel so bad.
Chantal, she looked pitiful even when you were there. She looked very pitiful. She looked unbrushed. Her nails never got clipped. You haven't taken her to get fixed yet. You know, you're lazy. You just did the shots with her. She looked miserable. Like if you opened the door to the apartment, she would have just bolted out, you know, and gotten her freedom. You didn't take care of her. You probably didn't change the litter box the way you should have. She was miserable with you there.
Leaving her so long. Okay, Brittany. Take care. Have a good night. I know it's very late for you guys. I wanted to come on earlier, but I was sleeping. No, he cleans, but like the little things, the women touches, you know? Like
I'm sorry. I got to call her on her BS. I saw the state of that apartment while she was there. It looked messy and sloppy. Do I believe that Chantal was such a clean freak that she would clean the cat hair off the couch? No. No. I mean, we can all see her cleaning habits in that room. Hotel staff, they come in every 3 days to clean. And every time they do, there's always a mess. So tell me again how much of a neat freak you are, Chantal. If you're in a hotel room with maid service and they help you with keeping the place clean and you still fill it with garbage, to the point where they left a whole roll of trash bags for you, you know, kind of as a hint to clean up your stuff.
number one, all that cat hair, I have the brush with me, so I gotta get rid of it. But he just does the obvious things, you know what I mean? No, I don't have to come home to a dirty house. He said he's working on the house for me to get it nice and in order. Nobody cleans the way I like it. Exactly, ECP. That's how exactly. That's kind of why like I'm hung up on like I don't want to have a maid like the way they clean things. It's not the way you clean things.
Chantal, you do not have issues with the way the maids clean things. You have issues with the fact that the maids are in the room and they might be seeing your mess. You were embarrassed of your mess back during the crackhead Olympic days. You would say, I don't want people seeing the villa the way it is. At the same time, you wouldn't clean it either. So the mess just built up and built up and built up. And it got so bad that you called upon your mom to come clean your nasty, disgusting, scummy, fruit fly, mold infested room. Imagine, y'all, a 30-something-year-old woman calling their mom to clean their room in another residence. Yeah, she did that. She even showed herself cleaning the floor with a garden rake, raking up the garbage with a garden rake because it sat about 3 feet deep on her floor. It was nasty. Talking about mummified food in the drawer, mummified KFC food. I remember she bought some kind of food and it sat for so long that it basically liquefied in a bag. It was gross. She's so incredibly gross. She let all that mess build up when she didn't have to. During that time, Chantal was making so much money from YouTube. She was pulling in 20, 30K a month. If she wanted to be lazy, she could have done lazy the right way. Just hire a bunch of people to do everything that she did not want to do or couldn't do. She could have had people come in and clean 2 or 3 times a week and had somebody else take care of the pets and run them back and forth to the vet or the groomers. Had another person make her healthy meals. I mean, that's the way you do lazy right if you got the money. Pay other people to do everything that you don't want to do. You got a nice clean house. You've got well taken care of pets. You've got food already made. She could have done all that and more and still had a big chunk of change left over, but she never did that.
And that makes it like a difference in how you feel about your home. You know, I'm so allergic to cat hair. Yeah. I'm allergic to cats, but I just can't live without them. So I live with the allergies.
Beezers, don't be fooled. The only reason why that room is halfway clean is because of the maid service. I think they deserve an award or at least a round of applause for coming in and keeping that place clean, because I'm sure she doesn't make it easy. That's the only reason why that room isn't filled with garbage right about now.
That iced coffee is the best. It is Nicolette. It's so good. So good. You deep clean for 6 hours. Oh my gosh. I would have to take breaks. That's all. Thanks, Miss Britter. You're allergic to dogs. I'm allergic to, like, I don't even know what, but really, Dusty Do? Hey, Missy Med. Morning. Yeah, so I left a lot of stuff, though, for when I get back. I was like, I'll just do it when I get back, and I wish I didn't do that. My oven has to be cleaned out. Oh, my gosh. My washer and dryer has to be cleaned out. So there's these, like, traps of gunk that you have to clean out. There's a space between the fridge and the stove I need to clean. Meaning I have to move the kitchen furniture around.
So she left a mess. She left a huge mess. Cleaning out the stove. I don't know what kind of stove it is. Some stoves are self-cleaning. Some of them you got to put that special spray on and wipe it down. I mean, she could have done all of this before her trip and left the place spotless, but she left a mess behind.
To do that, help me with that. No, I can move it. You just move it. Push all your weight against it. You never clean your oven? No, gross. I guess, okay, I don't have a self-cleaning oven, but if I close the oven and put it on 500 degrees until all the stuff disintegrates, isn't that kind of the same thing?
So you have a self-cleaning oven. So why haven't you cleaned it? It's just as simple as turning a knob.
I guess you guys keep your oven clean while you're cooking.
Yeah, like normal people do.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, plain cheeseburger. I don't know, not in the room, Nicolette. Hey, Rosalia. Thanks, plain cheeseburgers. It is really good, yeah. And it's really close to the hotel. I just go out, leave the lobby, turn right. It's right there.
You know, and that's a shame. She's in Thailand. You know, she could turn getting the morning coffee into adventure. Get up in the morning, take a nice hot shower, clean herself up. The shower would make her feel good. Put on some fresh, clean clothes if she's got them. And instead of just going to the coffee shop and getting the coffee and bolting back to the hotel, she could just take a walk. Just take a simple walk early in the morning. Hardly anybody around. It's not hot yet. Do some window shopping or something. Start to build the habit of getting out of the house versus reinforcing stay inside the room all the time.
Just using inertia against the stove. Yeah, may as well. I think so, Ava. When are you going home? Soon. Do you cry often? No. Do you? Do you? I don't know what I'm gonna have for lunch.
That's the only thing on her mind. I don't know what I'm going to have for lunch. I just woke up and I have my coffee. I don't know what I'm going to have for lunch. First thing on her mind, food. Nothing but food.
So yeah, now I think I'm gonna organize a little coffee corner. Yeah, I do plain cheeseburgers once in a while. Dress to impress. What are you making? Breakfast burritos. You'd be scared in another country by yourself? I've been here before. Really, Dusty Do? You cry all the time? Nothing wrong with crying, though. I need my napkin. I don't know, I'm not over Thailand. I mean, I do like it here. But honestly, it's just, I miss my pets. So.
Chantal, why can't you just tell the truth? You don't, excuse me, you don't like Thailand. You want to be back in the apartment in Kuwait where you can stay there all the time and Salah delivers your food. You don't want to be seen. You don't want anybody talking to you. You don't want eyes upon you. You're very uncomfortable in Thailand. That's why you barely leave the hotel. And you only need to go get food and then you just run back to your room and you stay there the rest of the night with your Indica. Just be honest.
It's time to go see them. It's time to go see the freaks of nature. You freak of nature.
Okay, I'm kind of confused. Shouldn't she have a return ticket? I mean, because if you have a return ticket, you know when you're going to be going back. Or maybe she doesn't have a return ticket because she doesn't know if she's going to be approved. And maybe that's the reason why she's just hanging out. She's waiting to hear back from Salah or waiting to hear back to see if her visa's been approved. I hope they turn it down. I really do. I hope that Kuwait sees that she's been going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth too much. And they're like, sorry, ma'am, you got to go home. Or you got to go somewhere else, but you can't come here. Every single time she leaves Kuwait and she tries to go back, it's always hard. Like there's always some kind of red tape or something that gets in the way. The last time she went to Thailand and tried to go back, it was a nightmare for her. I'm sure she expected that she wouldn't be staying overly long in Thailand, and she did. But this trip, Salah did not go with her. So there's another indicator that things are pretty much done between them, and he needs a break from her, and yet she just won't go home. She's determined to hang on to a place that, I'm sorry, Chantal, I don't care what you say about that's my home, it'll never be your home. You are not a permanent resident. You are a tourist. You're supposed to go in, look at things, and go back home, not stay overly long. You've worn out your welcome with Kuwait, and it's time to go back to Canada.
He's long haul romance scamming me. What if I'm romance scamming him? What if Oh, well, he's using me, but I'm using him. Who cares?
I think they both are using each other for different reasons, like I said. She's using him for the companionship and the fantasy. He's using her for the money. It was the same deal with her and Natter. You know, like she used Natter for content because she needed some kind of arc on her channel at the time. And he saw the fact that she had money, she was offering up money. So they were pretty much in cahoots for that reason. So I think the using goes both ways.
Annabella, hello. Isn't all romance a scam? I gotta shut up and sit down. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. It's funny how Ava thinks that I would use him to make, that would be what I would be using him for. It's all just for tax purposes. Yeah. I like, people think, like, honestly, I forget about that goblin fish even exists until someone comes in and says that. So
That's a lie. She has brought him up on so many different occasions when really she should be not talking about him because according to Chantal, he was abusive. He did so many awful things to her. I'm such a victim. He hurt me so much. Then why are you talking about him? Why do you keep bringing up his name? Why do you keep mentioning him? You just mentioned him. You don't have to. You don't have to. And if you're a real victim, you wouldn't. Because those that have been really hurt that way, that's the last thing that we're thinking about. That's the last thing we want to even talk about. But yet you talk about it quite easily. That's another red flag that you're fake. Because a lot of people who've been through that trauma, just to think of that person's name is too much. They don't want to think about the person's name or their face or anything that happened, yet you bring it up so casually while drinking coffee. Claiming something that happened to you that never happened to you with Natter. All for attention, all for sympathy, all to make yourself seem relatable like you've been through some things in life. You ain't been through that. That I do know.
So you're making Coke Pops? I'm only kidding. No one's using each other. Okay. Hello. It'd have to be very long haul. Very, very, very long haul. Oh, well. At some point, if the long haul is for life, is it really a scam? Like, come on.
Yes, it is. Somebody can scam another person for their entire life as long as they're getting something out of it. It is possible.
I want that cauliflower. Oh,
I'm sure there might be people in the world right now that they're with another person just for, say, money or power or position, and they're not in love with the other person. It's just that they're getting a lot of financial benefit and they're not going to leave it behind.
oh yeah. Maybe I could get that for lunch. Korean cauliflower. So good. Excuse me. Don't make fun of the goblin fish. Yeah, true. They don't have a dog in this race. They don't have a
Chantal, you're still talking to Natter. We all know it. You're bringing him up too much. You're mentioning him too much. He's talking about you. The two of you are talking. That's probably what led to him getting his channel back. YouTube took it away and then they gave it back. You probably yelled and screamed at them to get it back because that's the only way you can watch him is on YouTube. You wanted to watch him. Imagine that, y'all. Somebody who claims to have been abused wanting to watch their supposed abuser on their channel, to the point where if their channel disappears, they get upset about it. Yeah, weird, huh?
A horse in this race or a dog in this lane. I'm such an idiot. Deep fried cauliflower is so good, especially with the Korean and the baked. No, it's not baked Korean. It's fried Korean, baked Korean. And it has ranch. They don't have a fish in this stream. Exactly. They don't have a greyhound in this race. So, I went to go on the elevator and there were people like from my same floor coming on the same elevator with me. You guys, does that bug you when you have to take an elevator with someone? Like I'm the only person in this world? Yeah, that sounds good. It's so good. Hi, Bremac. Did you like it, ECP? I wish it was lighter. I could see more. But I was by myself and I was grabbing onto. There was like this group of Thai people. This group of, it was 2 girls, 2 guys. I think they were on a double date. They were dressed to the nines. They were dressed very nice. And I'm at the end and I'm just like hanging on to the girl at the back. Elevators are, yeah.
Hanging on to the girl. What? You were touching her?
Oh, really? Dusty do? Cat cafes are the best. Yeah, they didn't allow flash. Nobody wanted to go first. Everyone was like, you go first. You go first. I wasn't going first. Hell no. Especially in the room with all those statues, those like nuns in the white that were like, you didn't know who was real and who wasn't. And then at the end, somebody moves and oh my gosh. It is awkward, yeah. Hey, Chewy's mom. I scared my sister in the elevator. I jump in. Oh no, I would be mad. Brit in the Sun. He's good. He's good. He has a channel, Pizza My Mind. Simply Ravishing, hello. I haven't been to a haunted house either.
Yeah, that's another story of failure right there. Chantal is surrounded by men that they were floating around the Fraudy universe, and they could have taken the channels that they built around her and just, if they had any kind of talent, they could have just ran with it. Natter, Salah, Pete, people came to know them because of Chantal, and their channels grew because of Chantal. But notice that none of those 3 men have really made it without her. Pete's is awkward, and he can't decide what he wants his channel to be about. If he wants to be about video games or political talk, he just mixes a lot of things together, and he does it rather awkwardly. So his channel is pretty much dead in the water. Natter has trash food content. He's always had trash food content. And Salah, well, his gaming channel is a bust, isn't it? So it seems like all of the men that Chantal puts her hooks into, they can't make the same kind of money without her. They need her there.
Especially walkthrough ones. I never go in those because I'm claustrophobic and if it's really dark. But at least it was like with a group of people. But the part where I had to go through the fort, I was like, oh my gosh, this is small. And I had to crouch. I was like freaking out. Pete says My Mind is a great username. Yeah, it was pretty creative, eh? Around here, they have haunted corn mazes and they'll chase you with chainsaw. Yeah, they had that near Cornwall too. He should be going live soon, yeah. I know, I have to hang on. I would never go alone. I was hanging on to the lady in front of me. Everyone was just kind of crowded together.
That's kind of That's kind of creepy. So she was putting her hands on another woman, grabbing onto her. So you're both strangers and you're grabbing on to another stranger. And that's not creepy. It is. You shouldn't be doing that, Chantal.
I miss the fall weather about Canada. I think it's about 31, 32 today. They all abandoned me. It's Cornwall named me. It's named, I don't know, Cornwall. Good question. Probably a person, Sir Cornwall. Yeah, I miss fall. It's so beautiful. So, but I still have that fall feeling. It's weird. I don't know if it's like a phantom feeling or if it's like real, but I have that fall feeling. So, and coffee shops remind me of that. So, I'm gonna try to decorate as much as I can in Kuwait. Welcome salam, Blue. Yeah, strive for change. Exactly. Fall is a total vibe. It is teardrop, yeah. It is strange. Mama's been on fire with this content lately. Yeah. Hello, Vanna. Maybe someday, Britt, yeah. For a visit, for sure, yeah. Of course, I want him to come visit Canada and visit my family. Like, you know. My favorite season? Fall. Yes, nothing beats fall. It's 59 and cloudy and misty. Your favorite weather. Nice. Enjoy it.
Blah, blah, blah. Is there anything else here?
Baked potato with sour cream and sharp cheddar.
Why? Why is it when I jump ahead with Chantal, wherever I jump ahead, she's talking about doggone food?
I'm suggesting stuff I'm craving. You're baked and you're craving a bowl of fruit? Miso and chicken soup. Nausea, morning sickness. Oh no.
Moving on. I'm bored with her.
I have to go bathroom.
So I'm telling you, I just drove up here to New Mexico. Was on the road for 2 days, 24 hours without sleep. And when I got here, I had to sleep for another 12 just to catch up. So basically missing 3 days of whatever is going on YouTube with Chantal. But look, you guys can see 3 days gone. I didn't miss much. This is what I was missing. Like, this is boring. There's nothing here. And you can always tell when it's boring with Chantal because there's not much on Twitter. When she does something interesting, when she's got an interesting live, there are clips all over the place, but there's hardly anything. That's an indicator it was a boring live. I didn't miss much, did I? No, I don't think so.
Pandan cake rolls. I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
So she's leaving, coming back.
I need to think of what to get for lunch, and that's like my whole ordeal. We're all talking about food. Not potato corner.
Yeah, about the potato corner live. I looked at it, y'all, and I think I'll pass. It looks a mess. And she's really going all out with the food and being messy and gross. I think I'll skip that one. You guys you didn't do anything wrong. You don't deserve to be tortured like that. Nor do I. I think we're going to skip that one.
Lasagna sounds good. Chicken lo mein. What about lasagna bolognese?
Oh, God, stop talking about the doggone food.
No, they don't.
Like, people in the chat, they go off of what the creator is talking about. So if the creator is talking endlessly about food, they'll talk endlessly about food, which is going to trigger her to eat food because she's a food addict. If you talk to her about food, she's going to start thinking about food, and then she gets hungry. It's like anybody out there, if you've ever watched a cooking show or show about food, it'll make you hungry. It's happened to me. I have watched movies where there was food involved, and I'm like, I'm hungry now. And you got to be on the watch for that. But she's got this whole environment of, I'm focused on food. You guys are focused on food. Let's just stay focused on food because I like that subject. Food is her obsession. And because it's her obsession, she can talk for hours about it. So she promotes everybody else to talk for hours about it. It's nuts.
Room service. Tuna fish.
Like, and all the people in the chat are giving her ideas of food that she wants to eat. If somebody brings up something and something that she's had before, she's like, oh, that's delicious. And she wants to eat it. So all of you in the chat that are talking about food, you're just promoting her to eat more food.
Ravioli. Garlic bread. Pasta time. Cheeseburger. Yum. What about a Whopper? Something halal.
A Whopper is not halal.
Chicken skin. No, I'm just joking. Banana flavored. Whopper with cheese. Orange chicken. The Korean things sound really good. You know the Korean, fried Korean stuff? Burger King. Whoppers are good with cheese. But I don't.
I'm so tired of this talk. Okay, she left the room finally. Again. Moving on.
Oh, I was thirsty. Yeah, they have cheesesteak. The best cheesesteak is great steak.
See what I mean? Did I not just skip ahead a bit? And no matter where I'm stopping, there's food. Is there anything else you could talk about besides food?
Steak.
Like, we're going to do it again.
That's at the park. I ordered lunch and there was a discount coupon, so I'm happy about that. I like saving a few bucks. Money for the cat to be, yeah, she's going to be for sure. I got the cutest little one with a ghost and bell for the cats. I'm looking at cat costumes because for Halloween party. You had a nightmare, babe? Uh-oh. That's not good, sweet love.
Imani says, doesn't YouTube take 40% of the super chats? 30% of super chats, unless they changed it. But she's also Canadian, so that means extra taxes on top of that. So for her, it might be 40.
Sweetest love. Thank you, Peggy. No, they don't take 40. They take, I think, 30. He's in Thailand in spirit, yeah. Hey, Desert Prince. Yeah, it's about 9:30 in Kuwait, yes. Yeah, Krista. It's morning.
He might be in Thailand in spirit, but he's in the red room in body. Okay. He is living it up. He's been partying ever since she left.
They're doing construction here. The night is so much more peaceful, you know? Your man doesn't want to go to Thailand? How come? Oh, yeah, you're in Spain. Hold on, let me just check the lunch status.
Oh, God, worrying about the doggone food.
It sounds like the elevators. Should I go check? Halas. Halas. Right? Halas. I know. Jalapeno poppers are so good when they're made with the red jalapenos. I love red jalapenos. I could try to make jalapeno poppers. That noise gives me anxiety. I think it's supposed to. There's people working. I remember seeing a sign in the hall about people doing work on this floor. What is a red jalapeno? There's green jalapenos and there's red jalapenos. Yeah, Pam. I think they have boba. I don't like eating my drinks though. Fried zucchini sticks are so good, yeah. Hold on, I gotta check the status.
Again, you checked it before.
I have some yellow spots on my skin. I don't know why. It's not jaundice. I don't know. I have weird skin. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? I don't have makeup on right now. Let's go get the foodie food.
Like this is the height of her day. This is what she looks forward to. She hates leaving her room, but she looks forward to getting her food. Like she'll wake up, and as soon as she wakes up, she goes to get her coffee, and then she runs downstairs and gets her food. This is the most activity you'll ever get out of Chantal.
Mama. Oh, excuse me.
You know, you have to wonder what the hotel staff think. With all the things that have happened with Chantal, you have to wonder the thoughts they've been having about her. That as soon as she moved in, she stopped up the toilet. She caused the flooding in the rooms because she kept cranking down the AC too low, the bags of trash in the room, the fact that she's always in her room and she just comes out to get food. You have to wonder what they're wondering about her. Like, is there something wrong with her? Why is she so much in her room all the time?
You want to see the fish? Fishy, sorry, cap. Hello.
And you probably have to wonder what the fish are wondering. Like, who is this weird lady that's always visiting us? She needs to go away. Why does she keep coming over here?
Hello. There's Pedro. Cute fish. Oh no, see, he's a beezer. I told you he's a beezer. They are comfy. Yeah, okay. Okay. Mine. Yes. Have clean cap. Thank you.
That's what I went and did.
Okay, so she's got some time left on this live. I don't want to see her eat. We'll just cut it off here. She's going to stuff her face and not talk much. So we're done here, y'all. Hope you guys enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. If there was anything interesting that shows up on Twitter, I'll show it to you when it shows up there. So thanks for coming by, and I will see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.